Hello, my name is Judah Ginsburg. I'm with the American Chemical Society, and I'm here today with Rolande Hodel to ask her a few questions about her new organization, AIDS-Free Africa. Rolande, could you tell me something about how you became involved in AIDS-Free Africa, or how you came to start AIDS-Free Africa?
Yeah, I founded AIDS-Free Africa in 2005. Actually, I was at CUNY, the City University of New York, doing my doctorate, and I wanted to do something different than working with the pharmaceutical industry, and I wanted to do something global. So I started the organization to do that.
And what specifically turned you, had you traveled to Africa? Did you have a sort of personal epiphany that led you to become an activist in trying to develop drugs or to package drugs in Africa?
No, actually, I was at the United Nations. I represent the International Peace Organization at the United Nations, and I listened to the president of Brazil, Lula da Silva, who described to us how he got a handle on the AIDS crisis in Brazil, and I thought, this is great, let's do this in Africa.
Well, and so there was a particular moment that did it for you.
Yes.
Okay. And what are the primary goals of AIDS-Free Africa?
AIDS-Free Africa's goal is to help Africans to establish drug production. We find people in Africa who have the willingness and the motivation, and maybe even started already in some form, to build factories and to produce essential generic medicines for their own country.
And you're looking to build a plant or a packaging house in Cameroon. Why Cameroon?
Cameroon is interesting too. Before I went to Africa, I asked my friends, where should I go? I would like to go to Africa and produce drugs. And my former professor from Kansas, Dr. Gunda Georg, said to me, oh, why don't you call Carol? She's somewhere there in Africa. And I called the lady and she said, what do you need? And I said, well, people and clean water and electricity. And she said, yes, we have that. Why don't you come? And she works in Cameroon, so that's actually why Cameroon.
So there are some advantages to Cameroon over other African countries, but you do run into problems, don't you?
Yes.
Could you tell us about some of those?
The advantages, let me say the advantages first. The advantages are that it is a very stable country, and it is not one of the poorest countries. You have to have some kind of infrastructure to build a pharmaceutical industry in a country. So that's why Cameroon actually came out to be a good country. Disadvantages are that still there is a lot of lack, and the government is slow. The inertia that is there is great. Also, you have a country that's bilingual, English and French, and it has 270 distinct languages. So there is a lot of differences between the people that communication has to be overcome.
And what about electricity? Is that available?
It is available, but it switches off pretty much once a day. And of course, for a pharmaceutical plant, we have to have a power plant and a backup plant.
So you have refrigeration capabilities, generators and so forth to take care of that?
Yes, we have to take care of these things. Yes, we will. So if we start this.
Okay.
No, actually, right now there is no refrigeration, and we have to provide all of this. This has to be all installed, correct.
What is the time frame for you getting this, the producing of drugs on the ground off? When do you plan to have drugs available for Africans?
Yeah. We have been working on this for almost 5 years. Our plan is to produce drugs in 5 countries by 2015, which coincides with the Millennium Development Goals of the United Nations. And in Cameroon, to be honest, right now, if I had $500,000 right now, I would be producing in 1 year.
So, which raises the question, you are obviously dependent upon others for financing. Have you had luck at raising money?
Yes, we have raised money. We were fortunate, but it is not on the scale that we needed. We have 2 pharmaceutical companies involved. Tipotech is very generous. They gave us an antifungal drug where we're establishing a sales program that will generate some income, but funding is really needed.
Well, if somebody who comes to your website wants to contribute money, how can they do that?
When you go to the website, in the right-hand corner is a button that says Donations, and you click on this, and you can donate very easily via your credit card, or you can send us a check. The information is right there.
Well, we're at the American Chemical Society while taping this, and I noticed that you won an award from the American Chemical Society for this. Could you tell us about the award and show it to us?
Yes. I am very proud of this award. The US Astellas award was given to me. And it is an award that comes with a $30,000 prize. And it is given to a researcher who has made impact in global health, and I very appreciate it.
And I meant to ask this question earlier, so it can be changed around when you come to air it. But your organization is AIDS-Free Africa, but you're looking at pharmaceuticals that attack other diseases as well. What are some of the diseases that you would like to see drugs available for?
Yes, very much. Let me say this a little broader. When I first went to Africa, I thought we would go and produce the AIDS drugs. But once I arrived there, it was obvious that where the bottleneck is actually is not the antiretrovirals. So it is also known by now that people, the infection rate for HIV/AIDS is so high because of the other untreated diseases. So what people tell us, what we would like to produce is anti-malaria drugs, especially for children, antibiotics, antifungals, and painkillers. Very important.
So how great is the need in Africa for generic drugs provided, and what has been the problem traditionally in getting drugs to Africa?
Yeah, that's a great question. The first part of the question
how great is the need?
What's great is the need, When I do this work for the last 4.5 years, I'm very aware that every day 8,500 people die on preventable diseases, on the lack of medicine. That is a large amount of people, and I'm very aware of this because I spend about 2 to 3 months every year in Cameroon, and I live with these people very intimately. So the need is very great. And also, people actually can afford to buy these drugs. We don't have to donate everything. If we can produce them there, they will actually buy these medications and stay alive, especially children below 5 years. If they contract malaria, they're just plainly dying. I would like you very much to invite you to help with this work. It costs $6 to save a child that contracts malaria. If you go to our website and click on the donation button, make a donation as small or as large as you would like to. We appreciate every dollar. Thank you so much.